It is important, ladies and gentlemen, and here I speak to the Shias, to carry this revolution, to keep this revolution flowing. The revolution of Hussain, blessings be upon him, must not stop, and it shall not stop. It is something that continues. It is a revolution that continues and shall continue throughout the generations. Know, O Shia, that our revolution and our rejection and our opposition is not only limited to Banu Umayyah, Yazid, Muawiyah. Rather, our rejection, if we want to be Husayni, if we want to be followers of Hussain, blessings be upon him, then our rejection and our opposition and our revolution is against those who laid the foundation for Banu Umayyah to rise to power. Abu Bakr and Umar. May the damnations of Allah be upon them. This is why al-Husayn, blessings be upon him, states very clearly, which inshallah I will present a research regarding this matter. Al-Husayn, blessings be upon him, on the day of Ashura, in the final moments of his life, after he had been cut and wounded with many wounds, and after blood has, he has been filled with his blood, and his white horse became red from his blood. Al-Husayn, blessings be upon him, as per to the narration, that as he was riding his horse and fighting, one of the soldiers of Umar ibn Sa'd, la'anahullah, threw a rock that hit his forehead. So as Al-Imam Al-Husayn, blessings be upon him, received this rock on his head, and it began to bleed. His head began to bleed. So he took his garment to wipe the blood, and as he was wiping the blood from his forehead, or trying to stop the blood, a three-headed arrow shot by Harmala, la'anahullah, hit the chest of Hussain. Three-headed arrow. And Imam Al-Husayn alayhi salam, upon receiving this arrow, he extracted it from his body. And as the narration states, blood began to flow. It's in the heart. It's on the chest. So blood began to flow. Blood began to flow. And Imam Al-Husayn, blessings be upon him, put his hands on the wound, and his hand became filled with blood. So with his hand filled with blood, he threw it towards the sky. And the narration states that not a drop of blood came down. And then he took another and put the blood all over his forehead and his beard. The Imam had a big, had a thick white beard. His beard was white, blessings be upon him. So his beard became drenched with his blood. And he said these words. He said these words, ladies and gentlemen. He said, "This is how I be. This is the state that I will be in, until I meet the Messenger of Allah, until I meet my grandfather, the Messenger of Allah, and say, O grandfather, Abu Bakr and Umar have killed me." Al-Imam Al-Husayn, blessings be upon him, stated clearly on the day of Ashura, on the noon of Ashura, that it was Abu Bakr and Umar who killed him and led to his killing. Who appointed Yazid as caliph? His father Muawiyah. Who appointed Muawiyah? Umar ibn al-Khattab. And who appointed Umar? Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr and Umar are the two heads which laid the foundation of oppression and tyranny against Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam and caused their killing. This is why in Ziyarat Ashura we say, وَلَعَنَ اللَّهُ أُمَّةً أَسَّسَتْ أَسَاسَ الظُّلْمِ وَالْجَوْرِ عَلَيْكُمْ أَهْلَ الْبَيْتِ. And may Allah's damnation be upon the nation which founded the oppression against you, O Ahlul Bayt. وَلَعَنَ اللَّهُ الْمُمَهِّدَيْنِ وَلَعَنَ اللَّهُ الْمُمَهِّدَيْنِ الَّذِينَ أَسَّسُوا أَسَاسَ ذَلِكَ. May Allah curse, or may Allah's damnation be upon the two who founded this oppression towards you, Ahlul Bayt. The two here is Abu Bakr and Umar. Anahum Allah. Al-Husayn himself says that Abu Bakr and Umar have stepped on our necks. حَمَلُوا النَّاسَ عَلَى رِقَابِنَا. They have carried the people on our necks. Ahlul Bayt, blessings be upon them, throughout their lives, from Fatima and Ali, blessings be upon them, all the way till Imam al-Mahdi. It is recorded from them that they were always in opposition to Abu Bakr and Umar. It is recorded. I'm here referring to also Bakri sources. That they always deemed Abu Bakr and Umar as oppressors. At least in the Bakri sources regarding the land of Fadak. You would find from Imam Ali alayhi salam all the way till the end of the last Imams, blessings be upon them, that they always deemed Abu Bakr and Umar, or Abu Bakr specifically, Umar and other matters regarding the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa and his kufr in stating that the Messenger of Allah is deluded, is delirious. Regarding the Abu Bakr, that he was oppressive towards Fatima and usurped her right in Fadak. You'd find this, it is known. Anyone who reads history, even from an English point, even from a non-Muslim point of view, an Orientalist, for example, an English historian, a Western historian, a non-Muslim would realize that the household of the Prophets were always in opposition to the government. Always. And our main problem is ignorance. People don't read. People don't want to read. People are too lazy to find truth. If they were to read and shwaya and get tired on themselves, spend a few nights. This is truth and falsehood, ladies and gentlemen. This is one needs to worry about his akhirah. One needs to worry about where is he going to go after this life. If they were just to read a little bit, they would realize the truth and not have a shed of doubt in that matter.